Good morning. Second bout of the year, and I hope where you are, the weather's as good as it is here. High today, proposed to be about 27, so I'll be doing the standard tropics, work until about lunchtime and then knock off.
Tropical routine.
That's it.
Nice for
That's
some.
it. Sit in the shade, perhaps not with a cold ale, but close to. And how you going up there, Pete?
Very good. We're nice to see the sunshine today. We had a
Can you
what, a
stand up?
dollar per rain yesterday. Stop stirring, Frank. But yeah, lovely day, sun shining, so very
So
happy.
hopefully, and Frank, you're okay in the middle of the country there, the middle of the North
Yep.
Island?
Yeah, beautiful day here. The paddocks are all bright brown, which is unusual for the Waikato.
Oh, we've got a bit of brown, but we've had a good smattering of rain, so the grass is green and the stock are loving it.
Yeah, no, we've had very little.
Never mind. Turning to things military. So last night we had a gas bag about the executive committee, and a couple of things spring out of that. AGM is rocking around in July, and that will be held here in the South Island, either at Papanui RSA or at Templeton. So be prepared. Those of you in the South Island, we'd like to see you. It will be also an online meeting, so people can join from wherever you are and save a few pennies. We recognise that cost of travel is going up, and the amount of pennies you've got left from your pension, if you're in that category, getting smaller and smaller as the price of everything goes up. So we'll try and recognise that and do something magic electronically, so people can join, can vote, blah, 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 blah. There you go. What else? What else did we talk about, Peter, or did we just waffle?
No, just waffled. No, yeah.
So I
No,
won't have to wait for
we did
minutes.
raise the give a little
Oh, yes.
page, and there has been no progress since
Yeah.
the last meeting. I had a thought about it overnight, and I thought, just has anybody out there in the other end of these cameras got any ideas of how we can boost our funds or add to our give a little? All ideas are very, very warmly welcome. And remember, it's all going to a good cause, so let's see what you can come up with.
Excellent. Thanks, Pete. So for those who have access to Veterans Affairs and maybe have a niggle, Wednesday the 30th of April down at the Wigram Air Force Museum is a Vans clinic. About 20 appointments available during the day, each one of about 25-minute durations. If you want to advance your claim, contact Tom Turner or Joe Cox. And I think Joe Cox has put a post on the Southeast Asian Veterans page with both contact phone numbers. If you have missed it, give me a call, send me a message, and I'll make sure that that's available so that you can book yourself a slot. And as I've said before, and I don't mind saying again, my hat's taken off to Veterans Affairs because many of the issues are resolved before the day. So maybe they just need a little prompt from time to time. What else have we got? Oh, here we go. Yes. To those who have gone to the Victus Games, a bit of a shout out. Firstly, for getting yourselves fit enough and getting there to participate, and secondly, for those who've medalled while they've been there. I think we've got a few golds and silvers and maybe the odd bronze. So well done to all of you. Excellent effort. What else? Oh, yes. So in the last, I don't know, since the end, towards the end of last year, with the arrival of Trump as the incoming president, he's been quite hot on the trot about allies spending 2% of GDP on defence. And recently, Judith Collins spoke from Germany about the necessity of New Zealand to spend 2%. Currently, we spend about 0.8% of GDP on our defence. The issue I have with that, unless we've got some kind of treaty or agreement between ourselves and the US that says if the president of the US says the allies must spend 2%, we'll rush out and spend it, then actually he's interfering with the sovereignty of New Zealand and the activity of Parliament. It's constraining what they can and cannot do. So if you think we're independent, maybe think again. We've been trumped, like I think many people are finding out. What else have we got? Oh, yes. Well, look, we might have to spend some of our hard-earned tax dollars because both Labour and National are keen to send people to the Ukraine as a peacekeeping force as a result of the hard work carried out by Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin. But if you read the headlines, I think it was yesterday, Trump was willing to swap peace for the Ukrainians for $500 billion worth of mineral rights.
Yeah.
So they've been trumped, which is a nice way of putting it. He sold them down the stream, I think. I don't know about you guys. What do you think, Frank?
I definitely think so. And Zelensky's right when he said that anything he does, we're not going to agree to.
Yep.
Yeah, they've lost thousands of men and women on the front line defending their border, which was crossed by another country.
Yep.
I don't blame them.
Yep. I agree with you, Frank. The and the interesting thing, of course, is it's Putin and Trump, deciding for the Ukraine, and I don't know where that's written in the international legislation. Is that something in the UN agreement, Pete? Do you think?
I very much doubt it. I would not trust Putin as far as anybody could kick him.
Yeah.
Well, Lithuania and one other country that are now starting to panic on their borders.
Yeah. And we've got the European nations or leaders running around in a bit of a tiz because Trump's saying our troops aren't going. We'll send your troops, but our troops aren't going.
Yeah. And it just makes you wonder if Trump doesn't get his own way, if he'll suddenly fall out of a hotel window. Seems to be the way that everybody else that disagrees with Mr. Putin ends up.
Yeah.
And speaking of sending troops, I noticed in the UK Forces News on the weekend that the one of the former leaders of the British forces was saying that NZ, or the Ministry of Defence in the UK, is in such a poor state that he reckons between 30 and 40,000 people for a peacekeeping rotation to go into the Ukraine as their contribution. They might be able to keep that up for 3 rotations before they strike trouble. Now, don't know the current numbers, but when you've got the New Zealand government talking about bringing the 2 regular battalions together in Linton, closing down Burnham, and my understanding is that both battalions are just, to be polite, enlarged rifle companies. How can we keep up a rotation to that place?
Wouldn't they have more room in Wairau?
Maybe Labour and National aren't quite up to the play with this actual state of the NZ defence. But there you go. That might get me in trouble. Someone who watches this might tell the spies, and I'll get a phone call. That'll be cool. Anyway,
I don't think you'll be getting any phone calls because you can't deny the truth.
well, it's only what's in the media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the news and the views for today. Apart from the weather, we've branched into politics and having a bit of fun. Frank, the more serious stuff, crossing the bar.
Yes, well, we have 3 of our Matlows have crossed the bar in the last couple of weeks. 106474 Hager John Matthew, Lieutenant Commander, Royal New Zealand Naval Volunteer Reserve. He was from HMNZS Pegasus. He crossed the bar on February the 8th, 2025, and a private cremation has already been held. Then we had, I don't know his service number, unfortunately, Moffat Dennis, a leading writer, Royal New Zealand Navy, crossed the bar on the 3rd of February 2025, and there will be a celebration of his life to be held at the Papanui RSA, 2 p.m. on the 22nd of February. 829244 Rogers Colin Malcolm, known as Buck to all us, Chief Electrician. He crossed the bar on the 13th of February. There will be no funeral service for Buck at his own request. However, they will meet for drinks in the Mackenzie Hotel on Friday, the 28th of February. I'm not too sure where the Mackenzie Hotel is, but you're all welcome. I'd like all the family and friends of those sailors to accept our condolences. And don't forget, if you need any help or assistance, give me a yell or give any of us a call.
And Frank, you were saying prior to us coming on here, that's worked out quite well. You've had a call?
Yes, I'm pleased to say that I have had a call from one of my naval mates from the 60s who gave me a call wanting a bit of a hand, and hopefully we've helped them out there. So
Excellent.
if you do need any information or anything, or even just a yak, just get our I'm pretty sure our phone numbers and email addresses are on our website.
Thank you, Frank. 43800 Michael Armstrong, RNZIR, passed away 28th of January in Sydney, age 74. Michael served in 3 Platoon Victor 5 Company, 2 RAR NZ Anzac Battalion from May 70 to May 71. Delta 569759, Major, retired, Thomas D. Brosnahan, NZ Regiment and RNZIR, passed away on the 5th of February, aged 88. Called up for the CMT in the mid-50s, commissioned and posted to 1 Battalion, the Wellington Regiment. In August 59, he transferred to the RF for a short period until November 59. In March 61, granted a 3-year commission in the RF and deployed with 1 NZ Regiment 61 to 63 as a platoon commander in Charlie Company in Malaysia, or in Malaya as it was then. On return in March 64, he was granted a regular force commission to complete 20 years and served up until 1981. In 1970, he's deployed to Headquarters Force in Saigon as a major. 531016, Joey Tiao T. Faulkner, RNZIR, passed away in Tauranga, 1 January 2025, age 79. Served with Victor 3 Company for NZ Anzac Battalion, May 68 to May 69 in Vietnam. 592039, Major retired Bruce Hill, MBE, NZ Regiment, RNZIR, NZSAS, passed away in Hamilton, Saturday the 8th of February, aged 93. CMT in the early 50s, enlisted in the RF, and later served with 1 NZ Regiment, 57 to 59, as a sergeant in 6th Platoon Bravo Company. For this, he was awarded an MID. He later served 1965 in 2 detachment of NZSAS in Borneo as a Warrant Officer Class 2. Commissioned as a major and served in Vietnam as the 2IC of Support Company of 4 NZ Anzac Battalion. Later becoming the area officer at Hamilton and retired as a major. His funeral service was held on the 13th of February. 645124, John Leonard McCarthy, Korean War, Malaysian Emergency, NZ Regiment 1 Battalion, headquarters, passed away peacefully in his sleep on Saturday the 15th of February in Kelmscott, Western Australia, in his 94th year. 340413, Lawrence Peter Boyd McAllister, served in the Malay Emergency from 1959 to 61 and was in the New Zealand Army from 1955 to 1968. Passed away on the 7th of February 2025. Our condolences to all the families involved, and as Frank has said, if you need some assistance in some way, don't hesitate to give us a call and we'll see what we can do to help the families of the bereaved. Or even if you've just got your own health issue and you need some assistance, give us a call and we'll see what we can do for you. Pete, would you like to do the ode?
I would. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will
remember them, lest we forget.
Thank you. Thank you, gents. Thank you, audience, for attending. Pete, can you explain to me the picture behind you there? That's a different one than we've had before. No broken trucks and things.
No, that's I think that's around about January, probably February 1975. I do believe it was the what's that club? The Fernleaf Club in Singapore. Yeah. And on the left, she was a rack. So that was Cabbage. Lena was her name. Cabbage, I can't remember her last name. Rowley will know. And then next to her is Rowley. And then Bud Pearson. And then a guy, Appleby, I think it is, who was Paycor. And then myself. So, yeah.
It looks
our
like
introduction to Singapore.
It looks like a hard night after a long period of exercising in the jungle. Is that how it was working out?
Yeah, probably. We'd only been there about 3 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Just getting introduced to local life.
Right. Oh, knowing Maxwell Ralston, you'd be being led astray very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, did he ever? Get him to tell you the story about uniform allowance.
Uniform allowance.
Have you ever heard that story?
No.
It's a very quick one. So we used to get money to get our Dacrons made when we arrived over there.
Yep.
And Rowley says, "Give me your uniform money and I'll sort it out for you." And then he comes back to the room, down into the barracks with a bottle of vodka. I said, "What's that?" He said, "That's your new uniform."
You
What
trusted
am I going to do
Ralston.
for a union? What am I going uniform? What am I going to wear to work on Monday? And he said, "Do it like everybody else. Book it up."
First mistake, knowing Max Ralston. Second mistake, trusting him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. Oh,
Here you go, Frank. Here you go. Look.
that's New Zealand. Who are they?
Well, I still work for them. I haven't resigned.
But you might if you're in the health sector.
You got to wait for the letter to come. Take a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. Worries.
One of the things we spoke about last night is you're aware now that the SIVA's got its own challenge coin put together and organised by Derek Turvey. And I understand there's a gathering in the Manawatu either the end of this month or next month. And when I get a date, I'll let you know. But they are available there. And also, I think Morris is organising something in Rotorua, I think, sometime in March. So also they'll be available there. If not, and you're not going to either of those two, you want a coin, pick up the phone, send an email to Morris or to Derek, and they'll organise to get you one. If you're going to one of the two functions and you're not a member currently, special one-day offer of $5 membership for the day will entitle you to purchase a coin. So there you go. It's a one-day offer. Blame Bob Brownlee. We'll blame him because he's not here. It's easy. So yeah, the coins are available. I think they're about $20. I think if you buy it in person from either Morris or Derek Turvey. If you organise it through the mail, I think they're about 25. So there you go. And they've got the new logo on one side and the old logo on the other. So there you go. Have yourself a good week, and we'll catch you all next week.
All right. Farewell.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.